How to add text in Premiere Pro. It's actually easier than you may think, and it's also a really great way to level up your videos. In this video, I'm actually going to show you two different ways that I like to do text graphics. The first being in Premiere Pro, and the second actually being in After Effects. Let's start by adding text directly in Premiere Pro. Now, one thing that I want you to keep in mind is when it comes to any editing software, there's a million different ways you can do every action. So this is just one option and a super simple way of doing it. All right, so you're gonna start by opening up your project in Premiere, and we're going to go to File, New, Legacy Title. And then you can name it whatever you want. So what you're going to do is, this is obviously the screen, and all you have to do is just put your little cursor on there and then type your text. Then you can come over here and you can adjust the size. You can change what type of font it is. You can make it further apart if you have two lines. You can make them further apart this way. You can change the color, just manipulate it however you want. Then you exit out and you've got your little title down here, and then you can just drag it on to your video. Make it as long as you want it to be. And then you can also go up here to Effects Controls and you can scale it. Move it around. If you want, you can go and do keyframes. It's a beautiful face. So we can have it start off screen and have it fly in. You can animate it a little bit. Shoop. So pretty simple. It's not the coolest text graphics that you're ever going to get, but it's a really simple way of just putting some text graphics onto your video. My favorite way of doing text graphics is actually in After Effects and then bringing them into Premiere. Now, I'm not super great at After Effects, so you don't have to be a complete expert. The great thing is that After Effects actually has a lot of pre-made templates that people make for you. The place where I like to get them is motionarray.com. So if you're looking for a really cool way to add some fun graphics, but you don't want to completely learn how to build your own in After Effects, using a site like Motion Array to get some templates is a really great way to get started. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up one of the templates that I got from Motion Array. Now, I've already done some manipulation to these graphics, so this isn't exactly what it would look like, but basically every template's a little bit different. Some templates are going to be more complicated than others. So as you're learning, you're probably going to have to look through and find a couple of different templates and find one that makes the most sense to you. This one I really like a lot. So what we have is, if we look up here, we've got Edit Comps, Final Comp, and Others. So we're going to go to our Edit Comps, and if you just click on them, it's going to pull them up in this bottom part here. And we can have a few different options. If you scroll through here with your cursor, you can see how it's going to animate in. Now over here, there's actually 4 lines, and I had unchecked 2 of them because I only wanted to use 2 of the lines. So you can see how it kind of animates in, and then if I'm like, well, I actually only want those bottom 2 lines, I don't need that many lines, then all you have to do is go over here and you can double click and you can change the text. And then again, you can go over here and manipulate the size. So maybe I want the bottom one to kind of line up with the top one. If I want to move it, all I have to do is use these little arrows here on my keyboard. If you use Shift, it's going to move them a lot more at a time, or you can just press the arrows and it moves it just one little movement at a time. You can also change the color. Click on the little color box, change the color, and then all you have to do is go over to File, Export, Add to Render Queue. We're going to change our settings. Put in where we want to output. I'm just going to output to the desktop for now. Save, hit render, and you can watch this little bar. It should only take a few seconds. Then we're going to just drag it into our Premiere project. And same thing, we can lay it on top of our footage. Then you can see how it animates in and back out. You can actually go into After Effects and adjust the length of time that you want the graphic to be on screen. But I actually have a different way that I like to do it. I think it's just a little bit faster and I don't have to figure out the timing of what I need until I'm actually in Premiere. So let me show you how to do that. It's really simple. So first of all, I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to change the size and put it on the screen where I want it. Now it flies in, but I want it to stay on there longer. So I'm going to find where it finished its animation in, and I'm going to make a cut and then move the second half over, go back one frame so that it's on there. See, it's not on there, it's on there. We're going to right click, we're going to go to add frame hold, and then you're going to drag that little frame hold. Now let me show you real quick. If I were to zoom in, creates a little cut right there. So there's just one frame. So I'm going to drag that frame over and it's going to leave it up on screen longer.
You want to coordinate both the front end content creation side and the back end marketing.
And then it'll still do the animation off of the screen. So I can make that part as long or short as I want it to be, keeping the text graphic on there for the duration that I actually want it to be on there. I think it's a little bit simpler to do it like that than to do it in After Effects, but it's personal preference. So you can kind of play around in After Effects and see what makes more sense for you. So that's just another option of ways that you can create text. Again, text is a really great way to just up-level your videos by adding in another element. One way I like to use them is to just reinforce what someone's saying. If they say a really good little nugget, I might have a text graphic come in just to reinforce that idea. Putting a little lower third in the video, you know, a lower third is just like that name tag that you saw, it's my name and who I am. A little subscribe graphic. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you do so now. We're putting out content like this every single day, teaching you how to do video content, digital marketing, content creation, basically all things video. If you don't know who I am, my name's Alysha Shelby. I am the co-founder of Motormind Marketing Alliance. We actually help 6- and 7-figure business owners up-level their YouTube channels and help them learn how to make money online with YouTube and use it as a marketing tool. Premiere is such a great tool when it comes to editing your videos. There's so many options and it helps you create really beautiful stories. I highly suggest that you play around with it. There's always new things to learn. You know, I've been editing for over 15 years and I'm still learning new things on it all of the time. I've edited thousands and thousands of videos, but there's just so many different things that you can do with it. So make sure that you keep practicing, keep watching YouTube videos like this, and you will get better, I promise. We are your video allies. You've got this, we've got your back, and we can't wait to see what kind of content you create.